Welcome to the Cackling Jackal. My name is James, and today we're going to be playing Slay the Spire. I really wanted to spotlight this game because it is pretty awesome. This is in early access, and it is a deck building roguelike sort of game, which I'm just going to dive in and show you guys. You can unlock multiple characters. This one is locked in early access. The Ironclad, once you play one game with him, you unlock the Silent. I'm gonna stick with the Ironclad. He gets this ability at the end of combat, heals 6 hit points, which is pretty cool. He also has more health. So let's jump in. So this guy is this big undead looking weird 3-eyed whale thing. After you play, I think the first time you play through, after that, this guy will show up at the beginning of every run and give you basically an option. So I can either remove a card from my deck, lose 50% of your current hit points and remove 2 cards from your deck. 3 potions is meh. You get potions pretty easy and you don't necessarily need them early on. A random boss relic, but we lose our starting relic. I don't know. I think I like this because this is a deck builder. And what's cool about deck builders is you get more cards eventually, better cards. And then when you use your cards, they go into your discard pile. When your deck runs out, you shuffle your deck and you draw your discard pile again. No, you draw from your deck until you have a full hand of cards. So by having less cards, these are basic, relatively crappy cards. By having less of these cards, you can draw your better cards more often. Let's start. Let's choose here to start with. So we are fighting 2 lice here. Now, as you can see, we draw a hand 5 cards. We have 3 different cards in our deck at the beginning. We have Defend, which gives us 5 block. Block is basically a way to block damage, but we lose damage. We lose all the block we have at the end of the turn. So, what we can do is Strike deals 6 damage, and Bash deals 8 damage and applies 2 vulnerability. 2 vulnerable, but it costs 2 energy, whereas all the rest cost 1. This is our energy here. So, I think I will want to defend unless... Yeah, it's going to gain 7 block. It's got an ability called Curl Up, which when it takes damage, it'll gain 7 block, meaning that for that turn, we have to do an extra 7 damage to it if we want to kill it, which means 3 strikes won't kill it. Otherwise, I might just nuke it down, because we can see up the top here about what their intentions are for their turn. So this last here is going to imply a negative effect on us, like a debuff. And this one is just going to attack us for 7 damage. So I think I'm going to block. And then I might just bash. Bash gives him 2 levels of vulnerability. Vulnerability basically means that that creature takes 50% more damage for however many turns. We're out of energy because that costs 2. Discard the rest of our hand. It's going to use Spit Web, which is going to give us Weakened, which means our attacks deal less damage for 2 turns. And as you can see, we took 2 damage because we had 5 block and he dealt 7 damage. Now he's only got 8 health, so what we might do... Oh, that's right, we got Weakened. I think what we're going to do is we're going to defend, and we're going to just deal that and that. And then we're going to end the turn. So we're going to take 1 more damage. But we did kill this louse. And you can see there we shuffled our discard pile. Now the reason we got rid of those 2 cards earlier was because, again, the smaller deck we have, the quicker we can get through it, and the more often we can get our good cards. Start by doing that, and then doing this. So again, we're going to take 1 damage. But this guy's still vulnerable, and he doesn't have his ability to curl up anymore. Yeah, we killed him. We regained our 6 health there, because health is persistent. So we actually ended up with... Remember, we took 50% of our health as damage, so we actually gained 2 hit points from that combat because we took 4 damage and when we healed 6. We got some more gold, and we get to add a card to our deck. So we've got 3 different choices of cards. We're going to do Pommel Strike, which allows us to deal 9 damage and draw a card. That's pretty potent. We got Cleave as well, which deals 7 damage to all enemies. That is also really potent. And we have Anger, which deals 4 damage, but then you place a copy of the Anger card in our discard, and it costs 0, which is really cool. After a few turns and a quick deck, you can get Anger to stack upon Anger, and you basically just keep cycling through them. I'm going to grab that. Now, we can either fight another enemy, or we can go to the unknown place. Let's fight an enemy. Cool, so we're versing this cultist. It intends to buff itself, which means that we don't need to worry about defending this turn, because it's not trying to hit us. So I think we just bash, get the vulnerability on there, and then deal some more damage. So, Ritual is an effect that basically means at the end of each of this guy's turns, he's going to gain 3 strength. Which strength increases the damage he does from all attacks. Cool, we got an Anger card, so let's just hit him with that. You can see it creates a copy of the Anger card in our discard pile. He's going to try and hit us for 6. Let's do 5 block, and let's just hit him once more while we've got the vulnerability going on. And I actually had one more action that I didn't realise I had. So I could have blocked again. Oh well, 1 damage isn't that big a deal. Cool, let's start by bashing again. And he's going to try and deal 9 damage to us. I think we're just going to block it. Oh, actually, this is 6 damage, but with the vulnerability, it'll do 50% more, which will be 9, which will be low. Awesome. Gain 6 health. Get a Swift Potion, which allows us to draw 3 cards. They're basically one-off abilities. And let's add a card. So, we have Pommel Strike again. We also have Reckless Charge, which deals 9 damage, but gives us 1 vulnerable. So, it costs 0 as well, so that's nice. Battle Trance allows us to draw 3 cards, but not draw any more this turn. I'm gonna go Pommel Strike. That card draw could be useful. Okay, so this one's gonna hit us for 5, and this one is planning to do a negative effect on us, a debuff. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit that for 9. And I'm gonna hit it for 6. I'm just going to hit this one for 6 as well. So we got weakened for 1 turn. It's not that big a deal. This guy I think is just going to keep debuffing us, so I think we might have just like won this fight essentially. Oh no, he might pull out an attack. Yeah, there we go, he's got an attack. But we will bash and then Pommel Strike. Cool, dead. I think this is a really fun game. I really enjoyed my time with this. We could go for another Anger. Add 2 wounds to your hand, gain 15 block. Wounds are cards that just do nothing. They clog up your hand. And Twin Strike deals 5 damage twice. I think I'm going to stick with Anger. I want to try and get this cycling through my deck thing happening. A Looter. Looters have 46 health, and they steal 15 damage every time they attack me. Let's start by bashing, which allows us, because the bash gives him vulnerable, which means these Angers are going to be doing 6 damage instead of 4. And I guess with Pommel Strike. Yeah, we didn't get any defense that turn, which is unfortunate, which means it's going to hit us for 10. That's fine though. He's going to try and hit us for 10 again. We can just do this. Cool. Gain our gold back and a bit more. Awesome. Now let's look at these cards. These are some cool cards. So this is Seeing Red. This costs 1 and it gives us 2 energy. Then we exhaust the card. Exhausting the card means it's removed from our deck for the whole combat. It'll get back in our deck by the time we go to fight the next thing, but for that combat it's gone. Inflame is a cool card as well. This is a power, which basically just sticks around and gives us 2 strength, so all of our attacks will be doing more damage. And Armaments is a great card. It gives you 5 block, and then you can choose to upgrade a card in your hand for the rest of the combat. We haven't upgraded a card yet, but each card has its basic version and then its plus version. And upgrading a card allows us to get a better version of that card. Again, it goes back to its normal version at the end of a combat, but I think I'm going to go with Armaments, because we can get some really cool combos off of that, especially if we upgrade the Armaments card at some point. Okay, this is a lot of slimes. This is where that Cleave would have been really nice. think I'm going to start with a pommel strike here just to kill this guy. Alright. Then I think we're going to go strike and anger. And then I think I'm just going to defend to try and block one of these attacks. So we're taking out two slimes. Taking some damage, but that's fine. We can take damage. Okay, awesome. Start with armaments. So we're going to gain 5 blocks. So it does the same as a defend card plus some for the same energy cost. So we have to choose a card to upgrade. I think I'm going to upgrade the anger card. So it says 3 and 4, so it went from 3 to 4, but it's actually gone from 4 to 6. The thing is that we're weakened, so our attacks are doing less damage. You can see it's anger plus. So I don't think I can kill anything. No. So we'll start by just trying to take out this guy, sure. Oh, I'm getting some frame rate issues, which is really weird. This is really strange, actually. Alright, seems to be better. Maybe. I shouldn't have said that. Awesome! We've got 2 more anger cards, so let's use one of those there. We can kill this guy with a 1 and a 2, and we can start with an anger there, and then we can defend. Cool. So they completely block that attack, and now we can just hit him with these, and you can see we've got 2 upgraded angers because it copies the card when we use it, which is why these angers are really, really, really cool to use. Let's add a card to the deck. Let's go with another armaments. We're full on potions now, so we might want to start using them at some point. But now we have a chance to camp. So, when you camp, you have 2 options. You can either rest, where we'll get 30% of our hit points back, which in this case will be 24, which will take me to 71. That's probably a pretty good option. Or we can smith to upgrade a card in our deck. I'm going to start with resting. If we get another camp soon, we'll upgrade a card. These enemies here that have the horns, they are elite enemies, and they usually give you better cards and things like that. So let's fight one. This is the Gremlin Knob. Okay, let's start with Anger. Anger. He's not attacking, so we don't need to worry about defending. Cool, nearly 30 damage there. Okay, he's enraged. What does that do? Whenever we play a skill card, which defends counter skills, so does armaments, he's going to gain 2 strength. Right, well let's start with armaments. He did gain strength, which is annoying, but it allows me to upgrade a card. That was a really bit... I don't know what this lag is. So he's going to hit us for 8, and he's going to apply a debuff by the looks of it, Skull Bash. So we've got 2 cases of vulnerable. He's going to start doing a lot of damage. But we can also do the same. So let's make him vulnerable. Let's attack with anger, and anger again. Damn it, I should have upgraded a card there. Sure, I'll just do this anyway, and it upgraded the defend card automatically because I didn't have a choice. So I'm going to take 10 damage here, which is going to suck. And more vulnerable. But he's within killing distance, and I can just get him down with these angers. Cool. Dunzo. 28 gold. We get a bird face to earn. This is a relic, so whenever we play a power, we're going to heal 2 hit points. That's nice. Let's add a card to our deck. So we've got Body Slam. That's alright if you're going for a big block deck. Brutality is interesting. Start of your turn, lose 1 hit point and draw 1 card. Or whenever you lose a hit points from a card, gain 1 strength. I don't even know. Let's go Brutality, let's give it a go. It'll give us more cards in our hand, it might give us some options. We could rest, but we won't quite get the full benefit out of it, so I think I'm going to smith, because I want to upgrade one of my armaments cards. When we upgrade an armaments card, still 5 block, but we get to upgrade all the cards in our hand for the rest of the combat, which is super OP. Because it means we can quickly upgrade cards in our deck. Which one do we want to go to? Let's go here. Let's have the chest. So we got 25 and a strawberry, which just increases our max hit points. That's fine by me. Let's go to the question mark. So these unknown things can be fights. Or they could be any of the other options as far as I know. But they can also be events. In this case, we're just going to have a fight. Maybe. Hang on. No, it is an event. You enter a corridor full of hypnotizing coloured mushrooms. Due to your lack of specialization in mycology, you are unable to identify the specimens. You want to escape, but feel oddly compelled to eat a mushroom. So we can either eat, regain 21 health, and become cursed parasite. I don't know what that does. Or we can just anger them. Let's anger them. Let's attack them. Alright, these guys don't have too much health, but they do have the Spore Cloud ability, which means when they die, they give me vulnerability too. Let's start with Pommel Strike. Then we will do that one, followed by that one. Okay, so these guys are going to grow, which is give them strength. This guy's going to hit me for 6. What I might do... I'm actually going to use the Swift Potion. Reason being, I have this armaments, this upgraded armaments. So if I drink this, we're going to gain a whole bunch more cards, and I can use this to upgrade all of the cards in my thing. This is innate, so this upgraded version means that at the start of combat, we would start with the card in our hand. We don't need to armaments again. But this upgrade, now that this armaments is upgraded, if we draw it again, we'll be able to upgrade the whole hand again. Or whatever hand we have at that point. I guess we start by doing that. It's going to give us 2 cases of vulnerable. These guys are going to be doing a lot of damage. Let's gain some block. In fact, it might be worth just blocking and blocking. .21 block is not enough to block all of the damage. So at the start of our turn we should lose 1 hit point because of brutality. Yep, we get to draw an extra card, cool. Let's armaments again. Then let's start just doing damage. Oh, I should have used Pommel Strike first. And these do 9 damage when they're leveled up, so this will kill him. We get more vulnerability, but this guy isn't attacking this turn. Then hopefully we can nuke this guy in 1, maybe 2 turns. Okay, we have a bunch of angers in our hand, this is good. Let's start with Bash to give it vulnerability. So that's 9 damage there, that's 6 damage there, that's 9 damage there, it's dead, we win. When vulnerable, we take 25% more damage rather than 50%. Cool, so this odd mushroom means that vulnerable to us is half as effective. We get another poison potion, and we get another card. I mean, we could just go for anger again. Yeah, I'm just going to keep with the same strategy I've got going. This is actually I didn't realize this was a big enemy. So, this guy, the Lagavulin, is currently asleep. I believe when we get rid of his block, he will transform into not sleeping. So I'm going to use armaments. I could just end my turn, but I think I'll go for it. Yeah, there he goes. So he's stunned this turn, which means block isn't going to do anything for us. So let's just hit him. He's got 100 hit points, 101 to be exact. He's stunned, but now he's going to be doing 18 damage to us. That is, yeah. Let's start with brutality. It doesn't count as a power, so we actually get 2 hit points when we play it. Yeah, let's make him vulnerable. Let's just, yep, and then get a block. You know what, I'm actually going to apply 6 poison to him as well. 6 poison, basically, while he's got poison 6, he'll take 6 hit points, and then he'll have 5 poison, which means he'll take 5 hit points the next turn, etc, 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 until that poison's gone. It's pretty potent. Okay, so let's start with Pommel Strike, and we have a whole bunch of angers to use while he is vulnerable, so this is going to feel really good. Awesome. I think we're going to block again. It's only 5, so he's still going to be doing 13 damage to us, but I think it's better than doing just an extra 1 attack. And we're going to, again, take a hit point of damage, get a bunch of cards. Do I do armaments? I don't know. Yeah, it'll upgrade my bash. He's not attacking this turn, so I don't need the shield, so I think I'm going to bash, which will give him vulnerability 3 in its upgraded form, and then I can hit him with anger for 9. I'm close to killing him, but I'm not quite there. This guy is siphoning at my soul, which reduces my dexterity and my strength. So strength affects attack damage, but dexterity affects block. Unfortunately, it's too little too late for him, and I'm going to kill him. Cool. Regal Pillow, heal an additional 15 hit points when you rest. That is good to have. I think I like Pommel Strike, but also Shrug It Off might be good. I'm going to take Shrug It Off. It gives me 8 armor and 1 card. Let's go for another question mark. You come upon a dapper-looking, cheery gremlin. It's time to spin the wheel. Are you ready? Of course you are. Let's play. Oh, there's actually a spinning thing for this. Spin! What is that? Tomato sauce? I win tomato sauce. Uh-oh, you lose. You spot him readying a shiv. I lose 8 hit points. Right. Weirdo. We are below half hit points again. So, let's start with armaments. Let's do Pommel Strike, just because these guys aren't attacking this turn. 10 damage is good. Let's do that. And now we got our upgraded armaments, so let's... No, I don't really want to use that. I think I just want to hit him. I would have upgraded all the cards, but I don't need the block right now. And I wouldn't have had the energy to play any of the cards that got upgraded. So I'm weakened, which is annoying. So I think I'm going to do this here, and then I'm going to start with that there. Make him vulnerable. Again, vulnerability for me only does 25% more damage, not 50. Awesome. Almost enough to kill him. I guess I'll use brutality, why not? Awesome. He's dead. We really do need to heal up though. Let's go... Yeah, apply 4 damage and 1 vulnerable to all enemies. That sounds good. My next rest is here, so I just need to get through this 5 first. Alright. Let's start with the Pommel Strike. There we go. I was hoping we got our armaments. Now... Gain 11 block and draw 1 card might be the best way to go. And let's do brutality, because why not? So he's going to get bigger. He's going to hit me. Awesome. Let's start with bash, and then anger will kill him. And then this guy's going to be doing 11 damage because he's got the strength, and I've got my vulnerability. I'm just going to start shielding up. I want to take as little damage as possible because after our next camp, we are going to be fighting the boss for Act 1. Or a boss for Act 1. I'm pretty sure there's more than one. Shrug It Off looks great because it gives us just enough armor. Then we can I think I like this. It'll give him one vulnerability, which means all of these angers are going to be doing 50% more damage. And then I can kill him. Cool. Do we just want another anger? Oh, actually, let's go Metallicize. Metallicize is pretty cool as well. Let's go rest. I'm just going to heal up. 30% plus 15 from the Regal Pillow. It's going to get me close to full. Okay, let's go for the boss. And we'll probably end up the episode. We are fighting the Hexaghost. Its intentions are not known, but it's not attacking. Alright, let's start with Brutality. Then let's go to Bash. We'll go to Anger. Cool, so we dealt, 23 damage. That's pretty good for the first turn. Okay, it's going to be doing 7 attacks, each for 6... No, it's going to be doing 6 attacks, each for 7 damage. Yeah, not fun. Let's do this. It's Metallicize. It's going to give us, first of all, 2 hit points because of our Urn, and at the end of my turn, it's going to give me 3 block. That looks good, and then... let's actually keep him vulnerable. It does slightly less damage, but... Oh, that hurt. That hurt so bad. Let's also see, let's poison him. This gives us 2 dexterity. You know what, I'm going to drink that. It means every time we get block, we're going to get more block. Okay, armaments. So 7 block, upgrade all cards. Sounds great. It's going to be hitting only for 10 damage this turn. Oh, I mean, there's what he's just shrugged off, why not? Anger, Strike. Alright, I forgot about that 3. I probably didn't need to use that shrug off card. I forgot that I'm hitting 3 at the end of each turn. Alright, this is going to be doing 6 damage, so half of that will get blocked. I think we do Bash, followed by Anger, and Pommel Strike. And another Anger. Cool, we're doing a lot of damage to it. It gave us a burn card. Burns, again, are unplayable, like wounds. They do nothing, but they are going to take 2 damage if they're still in our hand at the end of the turn. Okay, here we go. Armaments is going to be good. This guy's going to block and buff. But, which means I don't need to worry about blocking myself. Because I can just hit him as hard as I can. There's that burn card, so we're going to get 2 damage from it. There's no way I've got to make it vulnerable, I don't think, unless I draw a card that does that. Nope. Let's just go Anger, Strike, and then 7 block. Plus the 3 that we got, it's going to do a bit of damage to us. Because there's also the burn, remember. Awesome. Let's, armaments. Let's upgrade all of those things. I guess I want to give it vulnerability. I like vulnerability 3. Let's do that. This is going to be close. It doesn't have much health left, but neither do we. I might not have been blocking enough. So this one's going to block and buff, so I don't need to worry about defense. It's already got vulnerability, so this is not, amazing. Still good. We're going to kill it. Easy. 27 gold, and we get to add a card to our deck, which is there's always going to be a gold card here, which they're better. Barricade is awesome. Playing it is annoying because it costs 3, but it means that block no longer expires at the start of our turn. Impervious is cool as well. It's a one-off because it's exhaust, but we gain 30 block. Or feed, deal 10 damage if this kills a non-minion enemy, gain 3 permanent max hit points. That's pretty good as well. Let's go impervious, why not? Okay, so we get a choice of 3 relics. The Sozu is we can no longer use potions, but we get an extra energy every turn. This gives us 3 curses and 3 relics. I think curses like just the opposite of relics. And this allows us to draw 2 additional cards at the start of each turn, but we get confused, which means that whenever we draw a card, its cost is randomized, which isn't necessarily bad, but I don't know. I'm going to go with Sozu. We can't use potions anymore. Anyway, that was Act 1. Now this is Act 2, the city. I might come back for a second part to this spotlight, I'm not sure. But I really enjoy Slay the Spire. It's really cool. I love deck building card games in general, and this takes that and adds roguelike mechanics and art style that, you know, I don't think is amazing, but it's nice. Yeah, you guys can check this one out on Steam. It is in early access at the moment. I recommend it. Well, I don't recommend it because I don't really recommend early access games by definition, but I'm this close to recommending it because I really love it. Until next time, I've been James, this is the Cackling Jackal. I'll see you next time.